Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to look over how to add and subtract. So we're on the second page of the Zoom worksheet, and I've also attached the second page for you to follow along. And this is just simply how to add and subtract rational expressions. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to do numbers 25 together. Which just has to simplify. So here we have 70m minus 50 over 80. So all we're doing here is simplifying this expression. So of course up here what you're going to do is you're going to factor out your GCF. And so here we know that 10 is our GCF for both of these. And so now that's going to become 7m minus 5 over 80. And then what will happen is this will cancel into this. So you can only cancel with like a monomial in the denominator what you factor out. So we couldn't just cancel this into both of these. We have to factor out first and then cancel them. And so then your final answer for this is going to be 7m minus 5 over 8. So that would be your answer for numbers 25. Okay, and then because there's not an m, we don't have any excluded values for this one. Okay, and then if we look at, let's look at numbers 28. Okay, so for number 28, I have n minus 4 over n squared minus 6n plus 8. So what we're going to do, there's not really anything we can do with that n minus 4, but we can factor this, and it's going to be 2 parentheses with minus signs because our third term is a positive, our second term's a negative, so we're just going to put n and n, and then we need factors of 8 that add to 6, and we know that's going to be 4 and 2. So what will happen is this is going to cancel. So now our numerator is going to become 1. And so it's going to be n minus 2, 1 over n minus 2. And then our excluded value, remember we just find that by taking that denominator, setting it to equal 0. And so n equals 2. So our excluded value here is going to be 2. So here we're just simplifying these. Now let's look at one that we have to add. So let's go to number 30. So number 30, we have m plus n over 8n plus m minus 5n over 8n. Well, as you can see, our denominators are the same. So it's a common denominator. So before you can add and subtract these, your denominators have to be the same. I'm going to tell you, because we're doing this digitally, that's the only kind of addition and subtraction I'm going to give you on these, because it does get to be very complicated. You just want to ensure that you get that final answer correct. By ensuring that you've simplified these down. So here we have m plus n plus m minus 5n. So I just took all of these and combined them over 8n. So because it's a common denominator, we only have to write it one time. Then we're going to add our m's. m plus m is 2m. And then n minus 5n is negative 4n. Over 8n. Now we have to simplify from here. So I'm going to factor out that 2. Okay, and then 8n. And then what will happen is that 2 will cancel into the 4. So your final answer is going to be m minus 2n over 4, and because there's not an n or an m in the bottom, there will be no excluded values, but we don't really even have to worry about that one. So let me just double check my answer. M minus 2n, and it's saying I should have had an n here, and I should have an n. That's right. Okay, I left my n out. There you go. All right, so that is your answer. And we're not worrying about excluded values on this. Okay, so now let's go ahead and do 31 together. So 31, we have 4n over 8v squared minus u minus 5v over 8v squared. Okay, so 31 is 4u over 8v squared minus u minus 5v over 8v squared. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and put it all together, except don't forget, we always put parentheses when we subtract because we're going to have to change those signs. So now it's going to become 4u minus u plus 5v over 8v squared. Okay, and so here with this one, the only thing we can do is just combine this 4u and the u, and that's going to become 3u plus 5v over 8v squared. And we can't simplify this. You can't cancel these v's here. It has to factor out. So we're done. We can't do anything else, so our answer is done here. And then let's do 32. So 32, we have 3a over 30ab squared plus 4 over 30ab squared. So ab squared and 30ab squared. So now we're just going to put 3a plus 4 over the common denominator, 30ab squared. And really, there's nothing else we can do with this one either. So we are done here. So that's all there is to the addition and subtraction. Let me know if you have any questions.